to meet the fare box?
If the designation was not small urban center, oh yeah, because we're at 15–16%, no problem. And so, such as with the City of El Centro, the recommendation that we're looking at, because there's only 18% of general public riding on the El Centro data right, so we are considering or looking at the possibility of limiting it to seniors and disabled only. And then we'd only need a 10%, no problem. And then we wouldn't be impacting the seniors and the disabled, which are 82% of the ridership.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
Are you Mr. Chair, if I may, are you suggesting that what you're presenting to the Public Works Director in El Centro, that this will be a augmentation of what's currently being suggested tonight for us to approve?
Right.
Or this will be something that's layered?
What's really being, correct me if I'm wrong, what's being presented tonight really is more about the regional services, and this option 3 is about the fixed route, Imperial Valley Transit, and therefore affects AIM Transit. But the data rights will have to go through the city councils, and so that's why we're looking at potentially offering, an alternative idea.
That's correct. We're not suggesting that you adopt anything in regards to the individual dialogue. We're just trying to make you aware that you do have an issue in Imperial and in El Centro because you're not meeting the 20%. Raleigh and Calexico at this point in time are fine. So the action tonight only surrounds the regional services, which we have to do in a regional setting like this.
And we will wait to hear from you and Mr. Hagan.
Okay. and I just want to make a point. Raleigh and Calexico are designated still as rural, and so they only have to have the 10% fare box. And also, I'm not sure if it's still that way, but when we used to operate the Calexico dollar ride, it was designated only seniors and disabled, so that also meant only a 10% fare box had to be met. So that's why they don't have this problem that we have now to meet the 20%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Sure.
My name is Sky Ainsworth, I live in El Centro. I would like to encourage IVAG to possibly have a government subsidy so as travel on the buses would not be discouraged, especially now with summertime. This is coupled with the mentioned earlier road maintenance. And kind of on a maybe unrelated, but maybe something that can be done to benefit with the bus rail system. The other day in Calexico, Chief Majar mentioned child delinquency was going up, and I was curious if maybe something could be done with the buses and the children of Calexico, taking them to other communities, which could have a positive effect on businesses in other communities. I'm not sure what, but just a suggestion.
I think that would be a part of what was being proposed is with the summer youth passes. May not be able to be implemented this year, but that was certainly something the staff suggested and strongly recommended, and as time moved forward, I anticipated it will be something that this council will embrace.
In reference to that, has there ever been a child restriction law as far as age is concerned that can travel alone, or are they supposed to be accompanied by an adult, or we just presume that they're taking the bus from one place to go to school or for a legitimate purpose instead of just joyriding or whatever?
That's a really subjective area. There are some agencies that have a really strict policy about nobody under the age of 10, nobody under the age of 5. The first child rides, pays a fare. The second child rides for free. Basically, the way we looked at it is asking the drivers to use common sense. We don't want individuals under the age of 12 riding by themselves. And we have a lot of youngsters, teenagers, that do ride it to get back and forth to the various school systems. So the drivers pretty much know who they are and are familiar with them. We do have some troublemakers from time to time that come from some of the high schools. So at this point, we have never really adopted a policy, but we do have a process by which we discourage unaccompanied juveniles under the age of what appears to be 12.
One of the questions that he mentioned about government subsidy, I wonder who pays the other 80 or 85% of the fare box that doesn't cover.
It's an entire government subsidy,
So we are already paying 85% of that fare. And the requirement is that we need to get it up to 20.
And
We don't
try-
raise these rates to make money.
We try to be as creative and as possible using every available state and federal funding source we can possibly get a hold of.
Any other comments?
Good evening, my name is Hannah Flores. I live 557 Commercial, Apartment 4. I represent Imperial County Transit. I want to thank you for the great service Imperial County Transit has done in the Blue Line by taking those people with disabilities and senior citizens to Social Security and to a hospital and unfortunate state. And I want to thank you for the good job they have done for this quite a year. And, but I'm requesting right now, this meeting I'm here, is because I think that they should leave the price of the fare the way it is right now. Because the economy is real bad right now, and people are not able to handle to pay certain amount to travel. And I'm just requesting to leave it to the way it is, to locally right here. And but for the Blue Line, probably to hire, because it's fast service, it's okay to hire that one right there. And students at IBC, I think with this express, it's great to hire it. Just like locally, like the same way, the same route, is to leave it the same the way it is. Because many people will not be able to study from Calexico to IBC because they don't have enough money to travel, or, because the economy is so bad. And I want to see for the disabled and seniors, to leave it the way it is, because it's not very convenient for hire, because they will not be able to get to one place to another. And I'm requesting right now to, I just went to a mall today, and to add a shade at the mall and a bench, because it's real hard right now to be living right there. And also Fortune State, going to Calexico. Thank you. Any questions?
I think in the presentation, they said that disability, senior citizens, and even students were going to be lowered, not raised, or kept the same.
Yeah, well, they lower it, it's fine, it's better like that, to lower it, it's fine there. But I just mentioned, well, if they hire more dollar, it's not too well, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for your comments.
Yes.
Good evening. My name is Mary McGee, resident of El Centro, and I was gone for a while and came back. My car quit running, and I became an avid user of our Valley Transit. And I just have a couple of observations that I'd like to share with you. In Imperial, one of your benches and one of your shades are both down. You're looking for a litigious person, because it kind of does that cartoon thing when you sit on the bench.
Which one is it?
The north side of the one by Imperial Innovation.
Right in front of the IRD.
Yeah. It's just not bolted to
I'll make sure it's open, I'll sit on it.
in addition, as you were saying, you must have read my mind about shades and things. For some of the places are really awful. And the other day, thank God I have 2 legs at work, because I left one bus stop and went to another one, because I look like a transient standing out there in that specific place in the heat, sweating like a goat. And
Where is it located, Ms. McGee? The location in Nelson?
Imperial and Euclid. Right? And another place that is really hot is the east side of 4th and Lincoln, right there by Stark Field. It's messy, and it is hot. And I should always be there right when the sun is right overhead. But one thing that, and it may have nothing to do with this meeting specifically, but one thing that I'd like to bring to your attention or perhaps ask about